Welcome back. We're getting commuter rail service from DeLand through Orlando to Poinciana, but state leaders say that's just the beginning.
50 years ago, we created the Florida Turnpike, and today we've got the chance to develop a statewide rail system that will help catapult Florida as a 21st century economy, competing both nationally and globally.
Europe already has high-speed, long-distance bullet trains that can travel up to 186 miles per hour.
More than 500 kilometers an hour, which is quite an exceptional achievement.
Soon, Central Florida will have a similar high-speed train that will go from Orlando International Airport to the Convention Center, to a stop somewhere near Disney and Celebration, then on to a stop somewhere near Lakeland, and then on to downtown Tampa.
I guess it's convenient to I-4, and the schedule makes sense. Yeah, I'd consider it.
The state projects up to 3 million riders each year once the trains are running in 2015. President Obama pledged more than $1 billion from the federal government to get the project started.
This system was at the top of the list of the Obama administration because it's ready to go. They're ready to dig dirt and to pour concrete and to get those jobs out there now.
The State Department of Transportation has most of the right-of-way already in the median of I-4. Supporters say it will merge Orlando and Tampa into one of the largest economic markets in the world. But some say they'd be hard-pressed to use the trains when they can drive to Tampa in an hour and a half.
What's the connection between when you get off the train and where you're going to go? If it's going to be an extensive cab ride or how close it's going to be to the football stadium or the St. Pete Museum.
All right, well, SunRail and high-speed rail are two different things, but they will link together. So let's bring in our panel and talk about the prospects, what it means. Congressman John Mica, State Senator Lee Constantine, and Kelly Teague, spell out the vision for us. If you fly into OIA, what are your options to get from parts of Metro Orlando, then Tampa Bay, and places elsewhere?
SunRail is the beginning. At some point, Tampa has to also get a fixed regional transportation system, maybe Jacksonville, and then connecting them all together, which is the vision for people to be able to take high-speed transportation, then get to a region and be able to get to the specific location that they originally intended.
You know, that would just be the beginning. With Orlando being where we are, we're going to be the hub of any high-speed rail system. You know, from Orlando to Tampa, to Jacksonville, to Miami.
Kelly, spell it out for us. How will this look once we get a line, a high-speed rail line from Orlando to Tampa Bay? How will the two areas link and how will they change?
I think what you're going to see is a greater opportunity for economic development and more options for moving people from one destination to another. If you think about it, our population here in Central Florida is expected to double in size in the coming decades. 50 years, you could say. So even if we were to double the amount of roads that we have, double the amount of lanes on our existing roads, and then double the amount of parking spaces that we have, you'd have the exact same transportation system. And is that the community you want to live in?
Well, speak to the driver out there. He says, I'd love to take the high-speed rail line over to Tampa, but I'd wind up at a station in Tampa without a car. I could get there by car in an hour and a half and get over to Clearwater Beach or the Rays game or Lowry Park Zoo, wherever I wanted to go.
It might be easier, as you point out, if you're going to a Lightning game and you're going straight to the arena. That would probably be a lot more convenient for you than if you were going someplace else. But let me tell you, it's just like, you know, Disney here. When at the end of that rail, if you're going to Busch Gardens, I promise you, Busch Gardens will have buses there for people going. They will use that. In Orlando, I guarantee you, Disney, you get off of that train and Disney will have you right there to their doorstep if that's where you want to be, and that transportation will be free or very, very economical. There will be ways to get to destination points if you're in Orlando going to Tampa. Same thing with shopping and everything else, the beaches, whatever you want to talk about. But we, as a state, will also have that inner-city connectivity with bus, with light rail and others. We understand that it's not just a point-to-point. Our businesses will be part of the solution, but we will also have connectivity through other means of transportation as you move from one direction to another.
Senator Constantine, thank you so much for your time here today. Congressman Mica, thank you. Kelly Teague, thank you. Boy, great show. I also want to thank the League of Women Voters of Orange County. This program was